Hi there, and welcome to the LittleFernFibers Knitting and Crafting Podcast. My name is Ellie, and I am from Wisconsin in the United States, where I live with my husband and our 2 young daughters. And this is a podcast about knitting and spinning and crafting and projects that I am working on and projects that I want to be working on and everything kind of in between. So thank you for joining me. If you are new, welcome, and I am glad to have you. And if you have watched before, welcome back. I'm glad to have you as well, and I hope you're all snuggling up with something fun to work on and using this time to relax or get some knitting done. So it's been really cold here, like in the negatives. So the other day I woke up and it was -6 degrees Fahrenheit. So that is really cold. You know, you step outside and it's like kind of catches your breath at first. And so it has made for some very sweater worthy, cozy, snuggle up kind of days. So all the sweaters have been getting good use, and it does also make for some long days as a stay-at-home mom, but we're trying to kind of keep busy. So we're actually getting a little snowstorm tonight, so that's always welcome to get some fresh snow. So I hope wherever you are finding your weather is suiting your mood and suiting your knitting. So today we'll go ahead and get started. I don't have too much to show. I haven't really gotten so much knitting done, but alas, we have a few projects. So this is what I have been working on. I know I've showed it in a few of the last couple episodes, and it's the Terrazzo Slipover. Terrazzo, I never know. I never quite know how to pronounce it, but it's by Petite Knit, and I used Knit Picks Wonder Fluff, and so it's super thick, super soft. There is alpaca content in it, so it does have a little drape, but the fabric that I knit, my swatch out of had, I liked the fabric that I came up with. It did require some fiddling around with my gauge and needle size. So I think I ended up knitting maybe the 3rd size to kind of compensate for all of that. And I think I knit the 3rd size. And then once I got to the armholes, I might have gone down to the 1st size, because I was knitting quite a bit on the body and felt like it was really too baggy. I mean, it still has a good amount of ease now, but initially it was far too baggy, and I wasn't quite happy with that. So I ripped it all back, and I think I kind of cinched it down a size and didn't cast as many stitches on under both of the arms as the size that I was kind of mostly going from called for. So here it is. I really like it. It's super snuggly and warm, which is perfect for days like this. A lot of the ribbing was twisted rib, which is a bit putsy. However, it's so worth it. The stitch definition is really worth it. And then the hem here, it has kind of the twisted rib on the front, and then the longer shift edge in the back. So I'm really pleased with that. I don't have anything like this in my wardrobe, and I feel like lately when I've been knitting, you know, I was just gonna say you can only knit so many sweaters, but you should knit sweaters. I mean, not only, like, I love knitting sweaters, and I feel like I have to keep in mind when I am picking projects that, like, I should really aim to pick things that I don't have in my wardrobe. So I don't have a lot of cardigans. I don't have a lot of, I don't have any of these kind of like slip over vest kinds of things. So that's why I chose this project. I'm going to try to, kind of fill in those gaps in my wardrobe a little bit more when I'm trying to be more conscientious about my knitting and what I'm knitting and like the purpose behind the garment. But let's be real, sometimes you just want to knit things because they're all so beautiful. So, but I'm really pleased with this. I've gotten a lot of wear out of it. It's super snuggly, it's soft, so I have not found my oldest daughter constantly asking me to take it off because it's scratchy, and with our 4-month-old, she's, you know, can kind of snuggle in and it's soft on her face. So I really love it, and I think I use a size 9 needle, maybe a size 9 and a 6, I want to say. I'm not quite sure. And you know, after, of course, this is like what I'm thinking about in the middle of the night the other day, but I wish I would have done like a faux seam here, you know, just like one row, like one row of purl stitches there. I wish I would have done that. And I'm okay not having done it, but I think it would have kind of given it a really overall finished look and kind of really matched up well with that side seam there. But maybe next time. Not going back now. Too much twisted rib. So yeah, that is that. And what else? I have done a lot of the wool fur projects, so unfortunately I can't show too much of that. I have spun up all of the 2.5 ounces that I showed in the last episode, so that is all spun up, and majority of that is going to be skeins of yarn that will be available in the International Wolf Center's annual Wolf Care auction. And if you are unfamiliar with that, please feel free to go back in the previous episodes and kind of check out the further details on that project. But a quick overall is that I am part of a group of spinners who are working with the International Wolf Center in Ely, Minnesota, and we are spinning the soft, fluffy undercoat of their ambassador wolves. And I specifically was working with a wolf named Denali, who was he had a beautiful white and gray, so soft undercoat. So check that out if you're interested. But we do this in order to spin their fur into yarn and then knit it into objects that are then put in a online auction. This year's auction is going to be held February 27th, maybe, through March 13th. So there is a big window, and it's all online. So and it's only in the United States, and there are some states that do not allow the wool fur to, be transferred across state lines. So there will be more information on that when the auction does start. But if you are interested, check out what there's going to be for sale. There's going to be some really, really beautiful pieces and wolf yarn. So if you want to spin some special projects with wolf yarn, that will be definitely something that you want to check out. So I have that all spun up, and I showed little tidbits of a few projects that I had last time. And I think once the Wolf Center kind of puts those items up for sale, I can show things. So I intend to do that in an episode coming up soon, hopefully at the end of February. But here is another little sneak peek of an item. Just gonna show a little bit. There's a Latvian braid and some wolf cabling. Look how halo-y that is. Isn't that crazy? So soft. So that's all I'm going to show. But yeah, that was that. And so that's kind of a lot of the knitting that I have been doing, and work with fiber has been with the Wolf Project. So that is unfortunately what I have all to show, really. I think the other big thing is I finished my first pattern design, which I was super excited to do. Here it is. This is, I introduced it last time, and it's very immature stages. This is the WinterBerry Headband, and I just wanted to give pattern designing a go. It was something that just was always in the back of my mind, and I am definitely the type of person where if it's somewhere in there, I gotta just go for it and give it a try. So I'm really pleased with how it turned out. It is for sale on Ravelry if you are interested. But it was a really fun process to do. It does have me wanting to maybe try it again. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. So here it is. There are Latvian braids and good amount of color work, and then some bobbles here all along the diamond motif, and then this is all embroidery, and then there is a inner lining, and it's kind of grafted together, so it has a really finished look. So I'm really pleased with it. If you're interested, check it out on Ravelry. Here it is finished. It's all out of LittleFernFibers, so it's super warm and snuggly. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say it's all out of LittleFernFibers. The LittleFernFibers is the blue and the white, and then I chose Harrisville Designs. Their Highland is the red, so that is the lining and the bobbles and the embroidery. And for no other reason, to be honest, for no other reason than because my local yarn store did not have Lopi in the red that I was looking for, and this was the closest substitute that they had. So that is why you can totally do it with all Lopi, but that is what I had. It worked well. Yeah, but they're interchangeable, I would say. So that is what I used, and I'm really pleased with it. I had a couple test knitters try it out as well, and it was fun to see the other colors that they chose. And yeah, I had fun doing the process. And if you're interested, the pattern is, obviously downloadable on Ravelry, and then I did put links to all the techniques. There's video links that I did, so little tutorials that you can click on the links in the pattern, and then it'll take you to the YouTube video where I show you step by step how to do the bobbles, how to do this embroidery, and how to graft the lining. So if you're unsure of those new techniques, or any of those seem a little outlandish to you, there are tutorials for just about everything on here, as well as the Latvian braids too. So yeah, the WinterBerry headband. It was super fun. The sizes that I have in this, there's a kid size. This is kind of the adult small size, and then there is an adult large. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it, and it is so warm. So it has been wonderful these past few days. So that is that. And then a few other things I was gonna show were my newest cast on. I kind of finished all of the wolf stuff, and as a reward I cast on a new cardigan, which is kind of that same vein of filling those spots in my wardrobe that I am lacking. And I don't really have that many cardigans, so this is one that I wanted to cast on. And it is the Felix cardigan. However, I have never knit the Felix cardigan. I've always wanted to. It is the Felix cardigan, kind of like Frankenstein pieced together with, it's going to be, hopefully, with Melody Hoffman's Tulip jumper. So I'm going to try to smash those two together and create like a Frankenstein cardigan. So I'm using LittleFernFibers, and I don't know the color. This is the color. It's kind of like a licheny like any gold. It's called Golden Heather. That's the color name. But this actually does it not too bad of justice. It's more like this kind of darker tone here. But I am doing the top of the sweater. I have it on pretty small needles. I think I'm doing the second size. And I'm doing the top of the sweater has those eyelets along the raglan. So that will be the top of the cardigan. And then at the bottom, it's going to be kind of like, you know, mid-length, not cropped, not super long, but mid-length. I'm going to try to calculate the stitch count where I can mash in the scalloped bottom of Melody Hoffman's Tulip jumper and Tulip cardigan. So that's my plan for this. I do not know. I figure once I get to the part where I'm gonna start that scalloped edging, then I'll worry about it. So that's my plan. But I started this the other night, and this is as far as I've gotten. My husband and I have been, we've been binge watching it, but I would say binging. Witcher on Netflix. So this is what I've been knitting when we've been watching that, and oh, it's good. If you don't watch it and you're into like hardcore fantasy and like, you know, all those realms, I would definitely try it. But that's been fun. So that's what I'm working on. And speaking of that, we're almost done. We're finishing the last episode tonight of the second season. So if you have any other recommendations for shows, we like historical dramas, all those kinds of things. So if you have any good recommendations, it's always, you're in kind of like a withdrawal, awkward limbo stage when you don't have like a show or something to watch. So if you have any recommendations, sneak them down below. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm excited to pick out some buttons for this. There's a few I don't know, shops with buttons that I'm kind of keeping my eye out for to see what I'd like to fit best. But this is what I have so far, and I'm hoping to kind of crank it out. It's knitting up super fast just because you are using size 10 needles. So, and with the Aran Weight Lopi, it's kind of picking up steam. So that is that. And then that's pretty much it for knitted projects. The other few things I wanted to show were 2 acquisitions that I received. This is a very crinkly bag. So one of them being, this is Icelandic Fleece, an Icelandic lamb's fleece. It has the name of the lamb. I think it must be like, I'm not sure what the name is. I'm not even going to try to pronounce it. But it's very like a Nordic name. And okay, so this is the fleece that I purchased. It is from Getben's farm. Her name is Teresa, and she raises Icelandic sheep in Minnesota. And she's part of the Three Rivers Fiber Shed, which is a fiber shed that is a community of lots of shepherds and farms and kind of the whole fiber realm in the Midwest. And I love that idea, and I love kind of exploring local fibers. And I was really excited to see that she had some lamb's fleeces, and it's Icelandic, and I'm super excited about it. It's a beautiful, like chocolatey golden brown. I don't know if you can see it. This kind of blows it out, but it's just very deep and rich, and it looks like, yeah, super silky, chocolatey color. And she sent this sweet little card. Get Ben's Farm. Here's maybe see how it's spelled. Get Ben's. So yeah, and it's she. When I was eyeing up this fiber, it was raw, so it had not been washed yet, and I contacted her and asked if she had a washing service, just because it's a process, and especially like right now and in winter and with a toddler and a newborn, it's a little tricky. And I do it usually in my bathtub, and I knew getting a whole fleece, that would not just be like a one-time thing, like I'd have to kind of spread it all out. So she kindly offered to wash it, and I was able to kind of pay her for that service on top of getting the fleece, and it worked out really well. So I was so pleased that she was able to be flexible with that. So, ooh, here's the fleece. But I believe it was, how much was it? 1.5 pounds. So I'm super excited to spin this up. I would like it to be like a sweater's quantity. I think I'm gonna spin it like Lobe style, so maybe I'll try to get by with it like a single spun. I'm not quite sure yet. It has a super long, I mean, I think it's fairly long staple length, so we'll see how I decide to spin it. But it's really beautiful. There's not too much like vegetable matter in it, so like I'd say that's a pretty good long staple. So, and a beautiful little wave to it. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, so soft. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I don't know when I think I'm gonna have time to do this anytime soon, but I have it. It's here. I can daydream about it, and sometimes I think for right now that's good enough for me, and I'm excited to turn this hopefully into a beautiful sweater. And that got me thinking, like, how cool would it be to make like a I don't want to say like a patchwork sweater, but just like a sweater with all different types of local fleece. So like all the, kind of get in touch with all the farms in that fiber shed and snag a skein of worsted yarn from each of them, and support all of those businesses, all of those local businesses, try different yarns, try different fibers, and then mash them all together into kind of like a beautiful homespun local sweater. I was talking about that with my husband the other day, and maybe that'll be like an overtime investment kind of thing. So we'll see. But that is just a daydream for another day. So I was really excited about that. And then I also kind of treated myself for Christmas, and I'm super excited about this. I don't really have it probably well organized to show a good face of it, but this is a needle case. This is from the ILK Leather. I think her name was Katya, from the Ukraine. She has an Etsy store, and she sells all handmade, beautiful leather needle organizers. And so I snagged it up. I have been eyeing it for a while, and I'm so excited. I hope this is going to be with me forever, and I hope to pass it down to one of my girls if they become knitters, if they'd like. And this is the case. It smells like leather. It's so soft and beautiful. She said it'll wear well over time, and I thought if I'm getting it, she had an option to have it engraved. So I got it engraved. I'm gonna try and show you. So there is a ball of yarn there on the front. And then I also, I sent her a picture of a drawing that I did of the letter E for my name. And she added that to the bottom. I'm not sure if you can fully see it. But she was really great to communicate with, and yeah, she kind of sent me the layout of what she was thinking, and I sent her the sketch of the letter, and she put that on for me. So that was really cool. So here it is. I don't have it organized. I've been like playing around with how I want to organize, and I don't have it quite how I want it yet, but it's just fun to kind of play with it too. So here it is. Isn't it so pretty? Oh my gosh. So there's all different sorts of little pockets and nooks and crannies and holders, and little clasps here. I put all my little stitch markers on here. Great little needle inserts, and there's little flaps here so the points don't wear too much. And then yeah, all these little spots to put all your notions and things, and everything is nice and snug and secure. There's a little spot for my scissors and a little tapestry needle holder there, and it is just so beautifully made, and it's all handmade. I was so impressed. Shipping was so fast from Ukraine. I was really shocked about that, and she was just a wonderful shop owner to work with. So I highly recommend it if you're looking for a beautiful, long-lasting needle case. So my gosh, I felt when that came, I was just so excited. I have been really looking forward to this, and I feel like my knitting world is complete. So that was really special to receive, and I've just been getting so much joy out of this. So that is that, and that's all I really have to show today. I don't have too much else. I'm hoping next time I have a few things, and maybe the next time I will show the wolf fur finished projects that I have. So that's all I've got. But until then, I hope to get lots of knitting done. I hope your needles are filled with stitches. And there was a giveaway like 2 episodes ago that I drew a winner last time. It was for the fiber and the drop spindle, and the winner was Samantha. And Samantha, I have not yet heard from you, so if you are watching, feel free to contact me so I can get that sent over to you. But if I don't hear from you by the next episode, I will draw another winner from that episode and the comments that went with it. So other than that, I don't think I have too much else. I probably do, but we'll just leave it at that for tonight. So until the next time, thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.